Welcome to the eROCKIT company. It's great to have you here today. What is your impression? How was it today?
First, it's a pleasure to join you at the factory, and I'm not a new person who's actually come to the factory. I've actually come down. Every time I came down to the factory, there was a lot of new things which I could see that's happening within the factory. Now, if you ask me what is it that I'm seeing every time with eROCKIT, the first time that I knew was that I heard it from somebody tell me that what is eROCKIT. The second time when I visited down was I really wanted to know what this is, because a few of my friends down in India, or like I should rather put it this way, these friends were those people who actually were looking forward for having some German business to have a local manufacturing, because they were those people who said that like we're really not happy with the existing Chinese models which are there, probably because of the reason that the batteries are not lasting longer. So they were pretty interested down for any new German technology to come inside, so that they emphasized on this German technology, because they said that there is a opinion amongst people that German engineering stands across and it is more long lasting. Now there is a reason for that which we can also discuss down the lane. So that's my first time when I actually wanted to explore down. The next time when I came down, I saw that yes, there are a lot of ideas which is there. I met Andy, and then Andy has quite a lot of ideas which is within him. What I really loved when I had my first talk with Andy was he was one of the persons who used this word time and time. My product is a disruptive product, and that's where, if you notice, I'm a person who's actually very much involved into disruption as a whole. Disrupt from Clayton Christensen's disruptive technology is something that really impresses me. But that's not just over there. Now I need to say that where is this product really disruptive, and how disruption really happens in the auto industry. Now, if I need to see this, I need to compare this with a little bit with Tesla. Now, where I put in Tesla inside disruption is Tesla was one of the startups that comes inside before 20 years. And when Tesla comes inside, majority of the company said that it's one of the startups which is there, and it's a toy which is inside the market. And there are many toys which just come inside, they boom. And when it came inside, but then what happened is the General Motors, the Ford Motors, all these literally looked at, including Apple. They said that like, who's going to buy this company for $2 billion? It's overpriced. This was the same company which within the next 15 years could completely create down a revolution, which even the hybrid cars really failed down. It was all because of the reason that the founder who was there knew how to push the product, disrupt the product, adopt a technology which in the last 100 years or 200 years, they really didn't come down with this particular technology. And then if you notice, the adoption begins once people start moving towards the technology. And then if you notice, the whole industry moves towards the technology. And if in this change, majority of those which do not adapt to the change end up, and the larger companies will usually struggle to fight against the new companies which are coming inside. That's the bottom objectives of disruption that happens. Now, where does when he mentioned that eROCKIT is a disruptive product, that is where I could think across. Now, where does he put in eROCKIT inside the disruption? Yes, then I understood that. Now, when I look at eROCKIT, I understood that this is a product which has definitely a new feature within this. He says that my product which is there is not the usual throttle, but my product is a pedal. And then what I understood is, okay, this product is a rare product. Because it's a rare product, because it's not the usual one in the market, so it's entirely different from the rest. Now, when I was sitting down with my students and I asked them, how do you find this with the throttle and with the pedal? They said, Professor, we don't like this because we love the Harley Davidsons. I told them, don't look at this. After you look at the Harley Davidson and this one, you won't like this, because the Harleys have been created down for a particular section of audience. Look at this after you look at the existing bicycle, because this has the bicycle feature and goes at a speed of 200 miles or 100 kilometers. I'm sorry, 100 kilometers. Now, this is where, if you notice, you need to look at an evolution of a bicycle towards a hyperbike rather than decreasing down from a motorcycle of a Harley standards to a bicycle which is there. And this is then they saw this that yes, the existing bicycle is an electric bicycle which goes at a speed of maximum speed of 45, which could be down there. Now from there, if you notice, there is something which is going at a speed of 100. So which means, if you notice, I'm opening a new market altogether who are the bicycle users who want to race and reach to their office faster. So that's one section of people that I'm using, which I'm opening as a new market. We call this as the blue ocean market, which I'm just opening down. Now this is a rare product. The second one which I put is the value innovation. The value innovation is nothing but German engineering itself commands value. And that's been established in the last 200 years, because right from the Mercedes to the BMWs to the Siemens to the Bosch, all these who have actually gone around the world have established that German engineering stands at a value of quality. And thereby the value of quality is always equated into money. And thereby the pricing of a German product will always be higher than the existing ones inside the market. And those which are always valued higher are always seen across as a product which is higher, on the higher version. That's where I put this as the value innovation or the value-based product which is there. The third thing is the inability to be imitated. This is a product which definitely Andy has designed this. He has the patent for this, and thereby the patent is something that protects him such that this product cannot be imitated. So that's again certain things which is a value, because a product is easily imitated, then you lose across the because your competitors enter inside faster. So that's where your patents always protect you. It's a product which is developed from Andy's factory. So that's one of the factors which has to be looked into. The fourth one is inability to be substituted. Now, will this substitute anything? No, this is actually substituting something. What is it substituting? This is substituting the gasoline cars, gasoline bikes. Because today people are right now looking at the gasoline bikes at a phase where we want something different, because the oil prices are very expensive. The climate change activists are stating that this is not good. And today we see this across, that this is really a problem to be addressed. But the challenge that comes inside within that is that people will always prefer down a product of electric vehicles, provided it's affordable. So it has to be affordable. This is one of the questions that also needs to be looked upon. So that's where what I put across is 4 factors: rareness, value, easy to be product should not be easily imitated, product should not be easily substituted. But in this case also, this product is substituting the gasoline, but this is not getting substituted by any other technology, because electric is the latest of the technologies.
Yeah, very interesting thoughts. When you look into to the Indian market, where do you see the impact from the eROCKIT to the Indian market?
Indian market is one of the most I would put this as the most price sensitive market. But at the same time, what needs to be looked upon is the Indian market is a very huge market, especially with the highest amount of younger population and the motorcycle market especially. Now, there are leading players who are there inside India. I was also one of the vivid motorcyclists who always loved this, and now seeing this, when electric vehicles are really changing the market, now the Indians have realized one thing, that there is a pinch which is happening down because of the rising oil prices, and thereby there is a thing which is coming down within people, that we need the electric vehicles to come inside. Now, what kinds of the electric vehicles have already entered into the Indian market, and domestic players are also there inside the market. But then where it fails inside is, they are still not able to replace down with 2 factors. One is the design of the products which are coming inside. The second one is the quality of the products which are coming inside. The design of the products of the electric vehicles which are coming inside are still not able to replace down the existing designs of the motorcycles which are there, which means that Indian user or Indian driver who's looking forward for largely begins from the age of 18 years to the age of 35 years. Now, this is an age where they are driven down by many purposes. What are the purposes? The 18 years begins down with the college students who are interested to drive. Now, that's a huge chunk which is there. Now, in this industry, the KTMs and the Dukes and these motorcycles, sport motorcycles are there already. Now, these people are also feeling that because these are students. Now, they love the speed of the vehicle, but at the same time, they are also being triggered down with the oil prices been affecting them. The second section of audience that needs to be looked inside is those users who are the daily users who need this. Now, in this again, the ladies, the family users who again like prefer this. Now, those are there. Now, in this, there are again very leading brands who are there who have their 120cc, 125cc, or slightly lesser than that also who are there. Many international leaders and the domestic leaders are also there. Now, that is also one of the sections which it needs to target against. But again, that is not going to really, this is not really going to impact them because those are going to be family riders, in the sense ladies who want to take the child and drop them in the school and then drop back. Now, for them again, like eROCKIT is really not going to target them because Andy needs to come down with a design specifically for that particular purpose, which definitely should come down in as with the designs as it targets. So thereby, the Indian market is a very huge market to be tapped upon. The next thing that needs to be looked upon is India is a very huge geographical region. The south of India, the north of India, the east of India, the west of India. Now, all these have different terrains. Now, when I mention the terrains, I remember that the northeast has more hilly terrains. Now, that is one of the regions where the eROCKIT has a huge market to get inside. Similarly, the southern region has a different terrain, the western region, the northern region. So there are definitely there are different uh, places where eROCKIT can create a very huge impact. Time has it to be looked at.
Yeah, very interesting. Thank you so much.
It's a pleasure.